You've been waiting in this egg for 300 years. 300 years. While empires rose and fell above ground, you've been stuck in nature's most boring waiting room, buried deep in desert soil. Finally, some heat from underground warms things up. Boom! You're cracking through that shell like someone breaking out of a cast after 6 months. Welcome to life as a graboid, where you eat everything that moves and try not to slam face first into solid rock. You emerge as what locals will call a dirt dragon. Right now, you're more of a dirt noodle. At this stage, you're only about 6 feet long with a hard shell on your back. You're basically a killer shrimp with commitment issues. Your first meal? Whatever tiny creature was unlucky enough to be wiggling nearby when you hatched. Could be a beetle. Could be a mouse. You don't care because you're built to eat first and never ask questions later. The shell protects you while you're small, but here's the thing. You're going to shed it soon and grow into something that makes movie monsters jealous. Within days, you're already bigger. That shell starts cracking and peeling away as you change into your true form. No more jumping around like some underground grasshopper. Now you're becoming what nature intended, a living drill with anger problems. Your body starts growing these short spikes that move together, pushing you through dirt the same way 1,000 tiny legs would work. Except you don't have legs. You're basically a giant muscle tube with a face only a mother could love. Your mother laid you as an egg and disappeared, so even she didn't stick around for the big reveal. 3 months. That's all it takes to go from tiny terror to a 30-foot-long, 20-ton nightmare. Your growth rate would make bodybuilders cry with envy. Every meal turns directly into more of you. No gym membership required. Your skin becomes thick and leathery with a bumpy texture that makes a crocodile's hide look like silk pajamas. Those spikes along your body work like a swim team, except instead of water, you're swimming through solid earth at speeds that shouldn't be possible for something your size. Your mouth is your masterpiece, though. Forget teeth in neat little rows. You've got a massive armored beak with jaws that could bite through a car door. But wait, there's more. Inside your throat, you're growing 3 separate tentacle-tongues. Each one stretches about 10 feet long. These aren't regular tongues either. Each one has its own mouth, complete with teeth and horn-like spikes. You're basically a nesting doll of eating parts, where each layer gets worse than the last. Now for the bad news. You're completely blind. No eyes at all. Not even those tiny useless ones that cave fish have. You navigate only through vibrations. This sounds cool until you realize you can't tell the difference between a tasty cow and a running washing machine until you've already swallowed it. Your whole hunting plan is based on feeling something move, racing toward it underground, then bursting up to grab it with your tentacle-tongues. Sometimes you get a nice meal. Sometimes you get a mouthful of farm equipment that you have to spit out hard enough to launch it 50 feet in the air. Speaking of hunting, you're learning that patience isn't just good. It's how you survive. You can lie in wait for days without moving, feeling for the smallest vibration above. When something finally walks by, you explode from the ground like a volcano. Your tentacles shoot out, wrapping around whatever made the mistake of being near you. The little mouths on each tentacle bite down, tasting your prey to make sure it's actually food this time. Remember that washing machine? Yeah, you're still finding metal bits in places they shouldn't be. Your brain starts developing in weird ways. You begin seeing patterns and learning from mistakes. That time you slammed full speed into a concrete wall? Never again. Now you test the ground ahead, feeling for changes in how hard it is. You start working with other graboids in your area. Not exactly teamwork, more like understanding that if you chase prey toward each other, somebody's getting dinner. You even figure out that those 2-legged creatures always run for high ground when you attack, so you start digging out the ground under them to bring them back down to your level. Your body makes this bright orange blood that would make traffic cones jealous. It pumps through a system that somehow gives you enough energy to rocket through the ground faster than most things can run on top of it. The smell you produce could clear a stadium. We're talking about a stench so powerful that anything with a nose knows you're coming from far away. Too bad for them that by the time they smell you, you're already tracking them through the vibrations of their scared heartbeat. The corkscrew motion you use to travel underground becomes natural. You're not just pushing straight through dirt. You're spinning your whole body. Those spikes work together perfectly to pull you forward while your head rotates like the world's largest, angriest drill. This move lets you travel through loose soil at nearly 20 miles per hour. The only things that can outrun you are cars and horses at full gallop. This must be frustrating when your whole life is about catching things that move. You've tried different techniques, like ambushing from below or creating sinkholes to trap faster prey. But sometimes dinner just drives away in a pickup truck, leaving you to angrily churn dirt in their wake. Your body runs so hot that you need huge amounts of food just to keep going. We're talking entire cattle, horses, maybe some campers who thought the desert would be nice for a weekend. One cow might keep you satisfied for a few days, but then the hunger kicks back in worse than before. Your stomach starts making these rumbling vibrations that probably register on seismographs 50 miles away. After a big meal, you need time to digest. You go into a sort of food coma while your body processes all that protein. During these weak moments, you burrow deep and stay still. Even top predators need nap time. Sometimes you wake up confused, forgetting where you buried yourself, and have to dig around in circles until you figure out which way is up. But here's where things get weird. After months of growing and eating everything in sight, something starts changing inside you. You've been eating so much that your tentacle-tongues begin to feel different. They're growing and becoming more independent. You don't know it yet, but you're about to go through the most bizarre change in the animal kingdom. Your tentacles are getting ready to literally burst out of your body as completely separate creatures called Shriekers. The change hits you like the worst stomach ache from hell. Your tentacles start thrashing on their own, no longer under your control. They're becoming their own creatures, ready to tear through your sides and emerge as 6 separate beings. Each one will be about 5 feet tall, running around on 2 legs with heat sensors, screaming their heads off. And you? You're about to become a 30-foot-long corpse with massive exit wounds. Your whole body, this amazing tunneling machine you've spent months building, is just an incubator for the next stage. As the first shrieker starts pushing its way out through your flesh, ripping a hole in your side that would make movie directors proud, you might wonder if those 300 years in the egg were actually the good times. Your body shakes as more tear-free. Each one takes a chunk of you with them as they emerge covered in your orange blood. The ground above shakes from your death throes, probably the last vibrations you'll ever make. The shriekers that used to be your tongues run away on their little legs. They're ready to multiply like crazy and eventually transform into ass blasters. Those shoot flames out their rears to fly. Yeah, that's what you become. Flying creatures powered by weaponized farts that will eventually lay eggs to start this whole crazy cycle over again. Meanwhile, you're just another massive worm corpse rotting in the desert. Scientists will probably argue whether you're prehistoric, a genetic experiment, or something from outer space. The truth is, you're none of those things and all of them at once. You're an impossible creature that exists just to make desert life more interesting. Your 30-foot corpse becomes a feast for scavengers who normally wouldn't dare come near you. Coyotes, vultures, even bugs, all getting their first taste of graboid meat. The desert takes you back piece by piece. Somewhere in the distance, your shrieker offspring are already hunting, growing, getting ready to become something even more ridiculous. 300 years of waiting, 3 months of terrorizing everything that walks, and you end up as an all-you-can-eat buffet. Your own children are the ones who killed you. Nature really outdid itself with this one.